I also think the apprenticeship work in the next 5 years is going to be a game changer for a lot of students and really take off. And it already has taken off. And we have seen just a tremendous response from students. They want to be able to work and go to school, but they want to, make wages where they can sustain their families. And some students are actual head of household and need to make wages where they can take care of their own parents or their younger siblings. So this new program is a blend of a career path, but also the related technical instruction. So you still get some college credit toward a degree.
We're back with another episode for the Future Starts Here, Say Yes Buffalo podcast. Today we are here with Daphne Ross, our Chief Impact Officer. Say hello, Daphne.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us how long you've been with Say Yes.
Well, let's see. I was hired in November of 2013, so I am approaching my 10-year anniversary.
Wow, that's a long time. It's a decade. And what's changed in 10 years?
Wow, so much has changed in 10 years. So when I came on board, the organization was just a year old. It was announced in December of 2011. But the first hire, which was our CEO, Daphne Ross, he came on July of 2012. Followed shortly thereafter by the first couple of people. So I was a year into the organization. So everything was new. People were new. The programs and the supports and the services that we have today didn't exist. There were literally maybe 6 or 7 people. It was a very small operation at that time. But I have had the privilege of watching the organization grow and blossom from this wonderful promise to the community to now what we are today.
Okay, so you said you've been here for almost 10 years. So give us a timeline. Give us a timeline of your different roles at Say Yes.
Let's see. So my background is in marketing communications. So I came to Say Yes as the communications coordinator, specialist. I don't know what it was, one of the two. But as I said, it was when the organization was very young and things were moving really fast, and we were trying to implement these wraparound supports in addition to the tuition promise scholarship. So the need to communicate was a priority. So Betsy, she was the communications director at the time, and Betsy was one of the first, maybe the second employee of Say Yes that's still here with us today. So she was leading the communications department. And she needed help. She needed assistance in getting the word out to the community, to all of our stakeholders, not only our students and families, but our donors, our partners. There was just a lot of things happening. So I started in a entry-level communications role, supporting just getting the word out, getting the messaging out, creating the brand, and establishing our reputation in the community. So I did that for 3 years, so 2013 to 2016-ish. During those first 3 years, I had the opportunity to take a lead in the department. So when Betsy went out on maternity leave for a while, so I had the opportunity to take the lead and do all the things for communications for the organization, which things look different now than they did then. But we had regular updates to the community. We had just a lot of public facing events and opportunities that I was responsible for and now leading. So fast forward to 2016, I was promoted to communications director from whatever that original title, which I can't think of. But and Betsy's role was evolving as well. So she became a senior director and did more program operations. So the opportunity presented itself for me to lead the communications department. So I was promoted in 2016, worked for several years leading the department up until 2019. In 2019, we received a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And that grant was to provide supports and services to students on 4 local college campuses. So we wanted to not only help students get to college with a tuition scholarship, but we needed now to increase the level of support to help them remain in college once they got there. So through that grant, we implemented on-campus counselors, mental health services on these college campuses. Mm-hmm. But when we got that funding, we posted for a director level position to lead that grant and to lead that body of work. And I applied. I was the director of communications at the time. I was like, Gates Foundation, that sounds great. Why not? Like, I was fully vested in the organization, and I wanted to grow. I wanted to explore new opportunities. I didn't want to be boxed into the communications. Nothing wrong with communications, but I know that I wanted to expand and to grow and to learn more. So I saw that as opportunity. So I applied. I went through it was very competitive interview process, several rounds. It was external candidates. And ultimately I was selected for the role. And it wasn't even, like people that were in Say Yes. They had created a search committee from our partners to determine who would lead this work. So it wasn't even like, I didn't just get the job.
Oh, wow.
It was external folks who were looking at the internal candidate. I was the only internal candidate, or maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. But looking at us all and seeing who was best for the job. So at that point, I kept communications in my portfolio. We were able to expand the communications team at that time because more of my attention would be focused on this college success work. So we hired 2 wonderful colleagues in the communications department to expand our team. And then my focus was leading that grant, which was a 24-month grant, so 2 years. So from 2019 to 2021, I led that work, and then that led me to leading the youth apprenticeship work, which is another one of our newest programs, and that is a new pathway for students who aren't going down the traditional 2-year, 4-year college degree path. So it just made sense that, as this body of work was now being birthed, it made sense for it to fit in my department as like a pathway out of high school. So I, had the pleasure of leading the rollout of the youth apprenticeship work from 2011, once that Gates grant wrapped up, from 2021, not 2011, 2021, up until just this past January of 2023, when I was promoted to Chief Impact Officer. So that's a lot of words, but that is my 10-year story.
So that's a lot. You dibbled and dabbled in a lot of different stuff.
Yes.
What keeps you here? In our past episodes, we talked about drinking the Say Yes juice, or Say Yes, never saying no, or what keeps you here? What keeps you at Say Yes for this long?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I'm still here, and I don't see myself going. I don't know. We'll see what the future's hold. I don't see myself going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's because I really strongly believe in the mission of the work that we're doing and the power of the work that we're doing. And I can see now, 10 years in, I can see the impact of how access to education really changes the trajectory, not only for that specific student, but their family. And it really eliminates and, starting to remove generational barriers of income attainment, career projection. Education is really the lever for change. It's like the equalizer in a lot of ways. And providing access to education, quality secondary and post-secondary education is a game changer. It happened for me in my life before Say Yes was what it is. But if it wasn't for my education and my path, I wouldn't be where I was. So to be able to help other students have that, it just means a lot to me, just being from the community as well.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny that you say that. Do you know that if it wasn't for what you did, I wouldn't be here? You know, I feel like I say that a lot and you're so humble about it, but it's the truth. Like, you gave me my first yes as a yes. So if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I wouldn't have met Jamil. I wouldn't have met Aaron. I wouldn't have been able to, you know, just perfect my craft and then go on my own and do my own things, because I wouldn't have had those opportunities or resources that because of you, I got. Wow, and I stuck with Say Yes since that first time. And it was funny because I was so nervous at my first interview. I was so nervous. I brought I don't know if you remember, I had like a whole binder of everything. Yeah. I had a binder of all my stuff. And I had literally, we had an interview on Friday. I had applied, like the last day was at Wednesday. And I applied like at 11 p.m. because I didn't check my emails. And it was just, I don't know, it was just a blessing that I was able to get an interview that quick. And then I got hired that day, and it was so like surreal to me. And then from that first internship, I was like, I want to work for Say Yes. And you know, you and Dave, you guys kept that promise. You know, because I was trying to leave. I was trying to go to New York City. But you guys kept that promise. You know, just like, you know, stick around. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. And you know, I'm finally here, and like I just want to say thank you. I was excited about this interview to do this with you. You know, I call you auntie now, but you know, you like big sis. You know, but
I'm not old enough to be auntie. But thank you, man. That means a lot. That's what it's all about. Yes. It really is. It's you, and there's so many other yous, you know, that our organization has touched. And, you know, now you're next. Like, you have to take the torch and bring up the ones that are behind you as well.
Yeah, I think I'm doing a little bit. I think I'm doing a little job, you know, paving the way for the next people, you know. It's so funny. But they call me Little Daphne. I'd be like, Little Daphne. But I get it. But it's funny. Yes. So where do you see yourself or see the organization in the next 5 years? Let's not go with 10, let's go 5 years.
The next 5 years. I think that you know, right now we are in the middle of a strategic plan that is a 3-year strategic plan that we crafted. Was it a year or two ago? I don't know. But when we did that, we were like really intentional about our like verbalizing that the work that we do is rooted in racial equity. I think I see us as an organization as a leader in the space, not only in education equity, but just racial equity, the issues of equity in general. And how as leaders in this organization, and then as others leave the organization and they lead in other places, but like how can we as an organization take all this wonderful energy and all the wonderful things that we have, but influence the broader community? And I think that we do that already in a lot of ways, but I think that will continue to grow. I think people look to Say Yes as, you know, how do you do what you do? Yeah. Like, what is the secret sauce? And I think there's opportunity for us to share that broader in the community. And I think we already have, and we will continue to grow. I also think the apprenticeship work in the next 5 years is going to be a game changer for a lot of students and really take off. And it already has taken off. And we have seen just a tremendous like response from students. Like they want to be able to work and go to school, but they want to, you know, make wages where they can sustain their families. And some students are like actual head of household and need to make wages where they can take care of their own parents or their younger siblings. So this new program is a blend of a career path, but also the related technical instruction. So you still get some college credit toward a degree. So I think it'll be a game changer for a lot of students. And we'll still have the traditional scholarship as we have had for the past almost 12 years now. But I think the apprenticeship work in the next 5 years is really going to be like a national model for alternative pathways out of high school. We'll probably get a lot of attention. We already have started to.
So what do you think needs to be done? I'm happy that you mentioned that, like, we have other programs aside from the scholarship. What do you think needs to be done so that people are more aware about our other programs that's not just the scholarship?
Mm-hmm. I think we do a decent job with that, but I think, Say Yes was just it was the scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's hard for us to, I don't know, you think about Say Yes, you think about college scholarship. It's just like synonymous at this point. And I think that the more our team knows, the more the community will know, just because we have now over 150 employees on our team. I think that with any organization, you are so focused on what you're working on, and it's easy to get like siloed. And I'm working in this program, and this is my role in this program, and that's your world.
Yeah.
But I think if we did a better job educating our own team internally, because our team is out in the community and they're out talking to folks about the work that they do. So I think we could just do a better job of getting our team to be that word of mouth in the community, and it'll continue to grow and spread. But I think even still, we'll always be the scholarship. Like, yes, we'll always be the scholarship. But we do so much more than that. Yeah.
We do. I will say, when I first heard about Say Yes, I just thought it was like, I get to go to college for free.
Right.
But then I learned about all the other opportunities, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta take advantage of that. So now I go and tell people about the other opportunities. Yeah. It really is word of mouth though, because you can scream like about our other programs, but really until people really see it or live in it, they don't understand. Exactly. And I think that's what people don't get about Say Yes either. It just sounds like a myth.
Because if you're not engaging with it until you're getting ready to graduate high school, it's like, what is it? Up until that point. But there is so much more. And then families interact at different periods, like summer camp is for pre-K to 6th grade. So
community
that
schools.
Population, right. Yeah. It's like, when is your entry point into it?
Exactly. Well, do you have anything else that you'd like to say I didn't ask you about?
I don't know. I think this is wonderful. I love that we're doing this. This is another way we can help continue to share all the wonderful things we do and get that out into the community. So thank you for taking a weekend. One of our shining alum that can tell everybody about all the wonderful things that we do.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to hear more about the Future Starts Here podcast, go to our website, sayesbuffalo.org, or follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Say Yes Buffalo. I don't know what else to say out there, and I still got to figure that out.